The higher end Ryzen products, the Ryzen 7 3700X, 3800X and 3900X all come with the Wraith Prism cooler. But should you use that cooler? Well, that's what I'm going to try and figure out in this particular video. Now, I'm going to preface this video by saying that this is not 100% the most scientific work I've ever done, but this is really just a quick look at what the Wraith Prism cooler can do and whether it is actually useful for these particular processes. So I've devised a couple of tests that I have put together that I thought would really show what the Wraith Prism cooler can do. And I tested them at both stock frequencies and a 4.1 GHz overclock on all cores. And just as a quick look, I tested, what did I test? I tested Cinebench R15, R20, and also a 1 minute render of a Premiere project. All of the following numbers will be at stock for the following testing that I did. At idle temperatures, the stock temperature was approximately 55 degrees, but again, that was in quite a hot room. I think it was about 28 degrees in the room. So idles was actually jumping around from 55 to 50, then back up to 60, and it went up and down, up and down, up and down all the time. So anyway, so I took the average of that, which was a idle of 55 degrees, and I tested Cinebench R15, which got to 85 degrees, Cinebench R20, which also got to 85 degrees, and also the 1 minute render of the Premiere project got to a maximum of 82 degrees. Now I did those same tests at 4.1 GHz. Idle temperatures were only a couple of degrees higher, only at 58 degrees. And then Cinebench R15 went basically immediately to 99 degrees. Cinebench R20 also the same thing, went to immediately 99 degrees, and the 1 minute render went to a top of about 88 degrees. Now I had a thought as well. Now because the cooler does come with a pre-applied paste, which is what I used for this particular instance, what I decided to do was to test an aftermarket thermal paste, just to see if there'd be much difference in that. So I opened up the cooler, swapped out the thermal paste, put the cooler back on, and repeated the same tests that I did previously. So, with the new thermal paste applied, we got an idle temperature at our stock frequencies of 54 degrees. At stock frequencies, the Cinebench R15 score was 85 degrees, the R20 score was 85 degrees, and the 1 minute render got to approximately 81-82 degrees. Now with the overclock, the 4.1 GHz overclock got temperatures idle of approximately 57 degrees. Cinebench R15 at the overclock got to 99 degrees. The Cinebench R20 overclocked went straight to 100 degrees, and a 1 minute render of a Premiere Pro project got to 89 degrees. Now, with these results, somewhat surprised me. I was expecting the new thermal paste to actually, at least even just a few degrees cooler, is what I was expecting. But again, the temperatures were exactly the same under the exact same ambient temperature. So that really says to me that, well, it's the performance of the cooler, not the thermal paste, that really matters. So, in a final recommendation, what I would say is that if you were just using the cooler, just stock, yes, you are more than happy to use, and I am more than happy to recommend the Wraith Prism cooler if you are just using stock. But if you were overclocking, I really would recommend getting some beefier cooling, because it does definitely benefit from that. And that's exactly why the 3950X does not come with a cooler, so that they can use your own much more substantial cooling for that. But anyway, yes, this was really just a quick look. It wasn't exactly 100% accurate to do. Like, for example, getting the idle temperatures was really difficult to do because the idle temperature just kept going up and down, up and down, up and down. Not really much I could do about that, so I just took some averages here and there. Thank you very much for watching this, and hopefully I will see you soon.